Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, 2023, Kerrville's Grassy Hill New Folk Winners Concert. I am so excited to be here today. And you know, hopefully you realize that, but this songwriting contest is a 50-year tradition. This is the 50th year. And I just think it's amazing to see the roster of artists who have come through here and what they've done with their life. And many of them have used this contest and this experience that these people are having today to springboard into a relatively successful life of middle class. No, it's, you know, if you want to do it on an economic basis, maybe it's not so great. But if you want to talk about on feeding your soul, there's not a better banquet. So before we bring our winners out for their performance today, I want to once again thank and acknowledge our New Folk team. You know, we introduced Hunter Ellington to you last year. He builds the platform, and he's a math geek. And he can do statistical anything, and we're so appreciative of him. And then the next handoff becomes the curators, Mike Williams and Kathy Cloninger and team. Yeah. And they start working with all of those entries, and they recruit other listeners for the round 2 and round 3 that end up getting us 24 finalists. And even when they're applying, our New Folk ambassadors begin the interaction. And then when the 24 are selected, it becomes very earnest. And by the time they get here, they know that Lindsay Lee and Liz Rouse are going to take care of them. And they do such a great job of it. And their year is not over. The next thing that happens is they will be invited back to Texas for a tour and spend about 7 to 10 days here in the care of Thomas Chapman and Gail Chapman, and have the most amazing experience, and also learn the camaraderie of what it means to be New Folk. So with all of that, you know, that just gives me chill bumps thinking of all those things. Oh, and last but not least, our final New Folk team member is our MC. Please join me in welcoming Bernice Lewis.
Y'all, that's the Corn Dog King. He escorted me on stage. Isn't he cool? Free corn dogs next Friday if you're still here. Yeah. Hey, everybody. It's really nice to be here. How many of you are exhausted? Right. Me too. All right, but I'm so excited to be here to introduce the winners. And I went over to New Folk Camp yesterday to get to know them. I think I scared them all because they thought I was going to try to dig up more dirt. And they told me some cool stuff. So our first contestant, who's no longer a contestant, she's now a winner, but I no longer speak English very well. Olivia Ellen Lloyd. She's the youngest of 4 girls. And she told me something cool about herself, that she lived in a slum in Guatemala City, teaching art to kids, kids that were living in a slum, and lived on a roof with a bunch of other gringas, and would have stayed forever, but she got shingles, ran out of money, and found out that a slum is not a good place to live.
A slum's a fine place to live.
Yeah.
I just got shingles.
They have a shot for that. Okay, are you ready, Olivia? Because I can gab, but you look ready.
Let me just make sure I got
I'm not
going to
tell you anything about her family because I screwed it up last time. Other than that, she's the youngest of 4 sisters.
Ooh. Can I get just a little more of my guitar in there?
She's from Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Anybody know where that is?
It's the oldest town in West Virginia.
Yeah, there you go.
That's perfect. Thank you so much.
But she travels a lot. She goes to New York a lot. You look ready now, right?
I'm ready, yeah.
Okay, Olivia Ellen Lloyd.
It ain't love that I'm afraid of, it's the desire. It'll run right through your conscience like a raging prairie fire. When I saw you at the bar with your eyes boring into me, I knew I was a goner. I knew where I had to be. Never wanted anyone like I want you. And just because I never tell you doesn't mean that it ain't true. Never wanted anything like I want this. Honey, what do we do with this beautiful mess? And I'm not worried about sex, baby, it's sleeping next to you. 'Cause I cannot control the way my sleeping body moves. And ever since I was a young girl, man, I had all these bad dreams. I shiver and I shake, but don't you worry about me. I never wanted anyone like I want you. And just because I never tell you don't mean that it ain't true. Never wanted anything like I want this. Honey, what do we do with this beautiful mess? And I'm not afraid of dying, no, it's growing old. Forgetting who I am, regretting the path I chose. So if it's all the same to you, how about we take it day by day? We can always draw a map if we begin to lose our way. I never wanted anyone like I want you. Just because I never tell you don't mean that it ain't true. Never wanted anything like I want this. Honey, what do we do with this beautiful mess? Thank you so much. This is day 8 for me at Kerrville Folk Festival, my first festival. Thank you so much for having me. Oh, thank you. And a special shout out to Lindsay and Liz, who have been taking such good care of me. I feel very parented. And I know I look incredibly young, but I'm 32, so I'm not used to having people fuss over me, and it's been kind of nice. I could get used to it. Careful, y'all. I'm gonna move into that trailer and never leave. I am from a small town in West Virginia, and where my mom grew up and my dad grew up, and my granddad was the mayor of that town, which is pretty cool because it means that you can't do anything wrong or be rude to anyone without him hearing about it. And this next song is not about my own life, or so I have been advised by my divorce lawyer to say, but it is a rumination on women's work and the emotional labor that we put in. And I'm from a generation of women who work full-time and are the matriarch of the family and do it all and have it all and be everything to everyone, and that can get a little exhausting sometimes. Woo, that's not the note. That's the note. Gave it up without much of a fight, 'cause if I ain't trying, what do we have left? And so I'm packing up those pieces of our life, go on and find somebody else to haul the rest. A little house on cinder block foundation, someone brought in on a flatbed years ago, and all that trouble started right after we moved in. It'd been brewing for a while, we both know. Behind every good man, there's a woman who's tired, keeping the lights on and putting out your fires. And if that is all you want it all, if anyone would do, go on and find someone as desperate as you. I wasn't taught to covet fancy things. If it ain't borrowed, then you know it's secondhand. And so I'll gladly give you back my wedding rings. Now could you give me back the time I wish I had? And my mama looks at me like I gone crazy, but my darling, this is just part of the deal. So first you'll work and clean the house, then raise some babies, and don't you leave that man looking for his next meal. Behind every good man, there's a woman who's tired, keeping the lights on and putting out your fires. And if that is all you wanted, oh, if anyone would do, go on and find someone as desperate as you. What do I do with all this love I have for you, when I know I'm better off now that we're through? And as you're packing up your things, I said, hope life treats you well. But when you hand me back the house keys, you said you could rot in hell. Behind every good man, there's a woman who's tired, keeping the lights on and putting out your fires. And if that is all you wanted, now if anyone would do, thank you. Thank you so much. We were talking at the campfire, at the campsite. There's not been a fire there yet because it's a very high-tech campsite that we have over there. No complaints here. I'm in the lap of luxury. We were talking about our musical influences, and I was discussing them in terms of zodiac signs. So like I would consider myself like a John Prine sun with like a I don't know, like a Tom Paxton moon and like a Lucinda Williams rising is sort of the vibe that I try to give off. I'm not saying that I'm nearly as good as any of those folks, just that I think of all the people I admire, those are the ones that seep through the most often in my writing. I am typically kind of a honky-tonk girl. I make most of my money right now playing honky-tonk sets. And so I'm really looking forward to this new era of playing more original music out and about. Yeah, I'm very excited about that. Those 2 songs that I just played are not released yet. They are going to be released eventually when I have enough money to finish the record I'm working on right now. But I do have a record out now called Loose Cannon, and Loose Cannon was one of the songs that won me the New Folk competition. So I'm gonna play it for you now. It's about I quit music. I wasn't performing anymore, but I was still writing in my room, and this song came out of me during that period of time. I don't stay out late much anymore. Most nights I'm in by 9 or 10. And I don't rant and rave after a drink. You could say that I am saner than I've been. Used to cry at the top of my head. I used to write every single thing. Oh, I would crawl on my knees through broken glass, trying to feel different kind of pain. But I don't dream quite as hard anymore. All the world don't feel as big as before. You're such a loose cannon, girl, you're such a loose cannon, flying high. I always wondered where you'd land. Traveled around for a couple of years, but the road was never a good fit. Well, every town it felt new for a couple days until I'd fall into that same old bit. Now I live somewhere not so far away, and still it feels like a different kind of world. From open fields and late night driving, but I swear I am that same old girl. I just don't dream quite as hard anymore. All the world don't feel as big as before. You're such a loose cannon, girl, you're such a loose cannon, flying high. I always wondered where you'd land. I was never one for flying, I suppose. I was falling till I crash landed hard. Tried to pull myself together, but in the end I fell apart. And now I don't dream quite as hard anymore. All the world don't feel as big as before. You're such a loose cannon, girl, you're such a loose cannon, flying high. I always wondered where you'd land. You're such a loose cannon, you're such a loose cannon. Thank you. Thank you so much. So the New Folk Camp has been really cool. I've made a lot of great friends, 4 new friends. I'm not leaving someone out. Someone couldn't make it, and I don't know them yet, but they are my friend. And it's been so great. There's been a lot of weird simpatico moments. This is Jackson Emmer's old guitar. I bought it from a guy who bought it from him. Isn't that so weird? In the middle of the pandemic. And in the spirit of collaboration and synergy, I would like to welcome my friend Alexi Campagna on stage to accompany me on the next song. I love Alexi's fiddle playing and songwriting and his singing voice. Wild, straight from the gut. He doesn't get to sing on this one because he'd outshine me, but he's gonna play the fiddle. This is another new song. It's based on a true story about a boy meets girl. Boy projects his desires onto girl. Girl is just trying to work. We're gonna set the fiddle up. I'm gonna keep talking about it. This song, the inspiration for this song came in a green room with a musician. We're not good at small talk, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to hear a great story?" And I was like, "Yeah, duh." And he was like, "This is the story of the first time I ever went to a strip club." She was so far from Sao Paulo, and for that matter, he was too. Just a couple generations, a couple thousand miles removed. Now she's dancing with her top off to his mama's favorite song. And in a haze of booze and loneliness, he starts singing along. Well, she had just been hired. She didn't mind the work. She made $1,000 last weekend just to smile and shake and twerk. And she thought it kind of funny when that man began to sing. Thanked him all the same as he stuffed cash in her G-string. She said it's Friday night, just like Benny says, and I'm miles and miles from my feather bed. I've been looking for any place to go, but I'd never been this far away from home. Have you ever been this far away from home? It's 3 a.m. in Brooklyn, soon it's sunrise in Rio. Oh, and after her shift's over, she'll call into that time zone. And her mind's already been wandering to the things she's gonna say. When Avicenna wants to ask her how she's been spending her day. And the song, it ended early. Skipped a chorus, then a verse. You know they like to keep things moving here to pique the patrons' thirst. Oh, but he just kept on singing long after the last refrain. Waving his last 20, he said, "Please play it again." Because it's Friday night, just like Frida says, and I'm miles and miles from my own cold bed. I've been looking for any place to go, but I've never been this far away from home. Have you ever been this far away from home? Down after its second time around, and he sobers up again just as the club is clearing out. Now she feels a little bashful in that new headspace he's found, while she's wiping down her pole and sweeping cash off of the ground. And she felt a little kindred to that stranger on the floor. You know, he never was unkind, but always wanted something more. And she thought maybe she'd meet him long after the club closed down. Oh, but then she thought it better than to be hanging around. Because it's Friday night, just like Opus says, and she's about a mile from her own warm bed. She ain't looking for any place to go, although never felt this far away from home? Have you ever been this far away from home? Friday night and the lights are low. I'm not going to do the whole song. Lexi Campagna, everybody. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, I think I got time for one more. And so for those of you who were here for my little showcase, there was a bit of a whoopsie-doo on the introduction. And it was said that I was here with my father and my boyfriend, and I was like, oh, I'm single and my dad is unfortunately dead. I know. Whoops. But what was not told was that in my bra at that time, because I didn't have pockets in that first dress, was a photograph of my dad that I sometimes carry with me when I'm feeling nervous. And also a boyfriend who's no longer with us, who is very close to me. And so maybe it was a little bit prescient that was said. And actually, I kind of flubbed at the end of my second song because I was thinking about it in the moment. It occurred to me that maybe this was just a psychic moment. My father was a musician, not a prolific songwriter, but a great lover of songwriters, and certainly the reason that I write songs. But he did write one song that I really like. So I'm not a cover girly when I'm doing my normal stuff solo, but I'm going to cover my dad's song. He was a little underconfident about his writing, so we're going to posthumously validate him today at Kerrville. This is a song about the time that he dropped acid and watched the moon landing. He would have really liked it here, I can tell. When I was a young man, looking for a good time, well, I spent an enchanted summer down by the ocean with some good friends. We were walking on a highway to the moon. We were walking on a highway to the moon. And in the morning, we watched the sunrise, and the beauty of its rising filled up our eyes. And we knew we would never be the same after walking on highway to the moon. Yeah, after walking on highway to the moon. Well, that same evening, as fate would have it, well, the astronauts landed on the moon. They took a spacewalk with their space friends. They were walking on the surface of the moon. They were walking on the surface of the moon. And in the evening, they watched the Earth rise, and the beauty of its rising filled up their eyes. And they knew they would never be the same after walking on the surface of the moon. Yeah, after walking on the surface of the moon. Well, 40 years have gone by, more than that now, and now finds me. I'm standing on the surface of the earth, pocket full of moon dust, this old guitar, and I'm still singing Daddy's song about the moon. Yeah, I'm singing Daddy's song about the moon. And in the evening, we'll watch the moon rise, and the beauty of its rising will fill up our eyes. And we know we will never be the same after walking on highway to the moon. Yeah, after singing Daddy's song about the moon. Thank you very much, Kerrville. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Olivia Ellen Lloyd, y'all, from Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Well, our next winner, Jack Summers, comes from the Kansas City area. And when I, interviewed him last time to get some goofy stuff, he told me that he saved Mahatma Gandhi's life once. But what I didn't remember to tell you last time is about his day job. Yesterday, when I went over to New Folk Camp to kind of visit with everybody, I got to tell you, it was kind of like walking into this whole new vortex. Like the campground, everybody was just sprawled out with some kind of drink in their hands. And I get over to New Folk Camp,
check.
and they've all got their computers open, and they're sitting there like working like parallel play. And Sadie Gustafson's.
If I had a golden smile. Sorry.
It's okay. Sadie Gustafson Zook was given hot and cold running jazz guitar lessons over in one corner, and Jack was working his day job. And Jack's day job is he works at a tiny little nonprofit in Kansas City where they teach songwriting to immigrant kids. Yeah. And he's only, 20-something?
24?
24. And that's his day job. They do after-school programs, summer camps, 3 or 4 paid employees. That's pretty cool, right? How about a hand for Jack Summers?
Ooh, hello. Check. Maybe a little less guitar, but other than that, I think we're rocking. Yeah. Lindsay told me to have fun, so I'm going to try and do that. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be in the same breath as anybody back there or who was at New Folk Camp, and so anyway, let's have a little fun here. On the day that I met Willie Martin, I didn't think things could get much worse. I just spent all my money on a Winston Lights carton and gas for my granddaddy's hearse. He was drinking all alone down in Mulberry Grove when he went and put his hands around my wife. Well, I didn't mean no trouble, but I was taking whiskey double, so he wound up on the wrong end of my knife. I got the Bond County blues. They even took the laces from my shoes. Well, I tried to get through keys poured with the sheriff on my tail. Now I'm locked in Bond County with no bail. Now I don't know much of Willie Martin. They say he was a stand-up kind of guy, but the liquor in my veins and my existential pain told me that the bastard had to die. I got the Bond County blues. They even took the laces from my shoes. Well, I tried to get through keys poured with the sheriff on my tail. Now I'm locked in Bond County with no bail. Well, I sat in that Bond County courthouse, waiting for the judge to call my name. And my lawyer said my plea was for the 2nd degree. And I tried to tell the court I was insane. Well, the judgment came down swift, and it set my soul adrift on a lake of fire and fry. How could this even be? Damned for eternity. 2 weeks ago I didn't know the guy. I got the Bond County blues. They even took the laces from my shoes. Well, I tried to get through keys poured with the sheriff on my tail. Now I'm locked in Bond County with no bail. 10 years waiting to die up in Stateville, with William Martin's name carved in my cell. And the gray creeps through my hair, 'cause there ain't electric chairs, and Illinois is close enough to hell. I got the Bond County blues. They even took the laces from my shoes. Well, I tried to get through Keysport with the sheriff on my tail. So I'll ride in here forever. I'll ride in here forever. I'll ride in here forever with no bail. Thank you all so very much. This is my first time at Kerrville. Thank you. I didn't know what to expect. I showed up in the middle of the night, and I was given a tent and shown a bunch of beer, and then a bunch of other songwriters, and they were like, make friends. And I think we did. I think it's such a, like, you know, I admire everybody in that group as a songwriter, as a human. But I think if there was a heat map for the feeling of imposter syndrome in the United States, Kerrville would glow bright red, and then if you zoom in really close, most of it's coming from the New Folk camp. And they really don't deserve to feel that way. Everybody blew me away in different ways, and I'm grateful and honored to be a part of it, and I'm confused why I'm up here, but I'm happy I am. And I keep on telling myself the judges have good taste because of everything they've done, and it's like, oh, maybe okay. Anyway, this is a song about writing bad songs. It's called the Magnum Opus Blues. I stayed up late last night, searching for a song. I thought I saw it at the bottom of a bottle, but I guess that I was wrong. It seems like every empty page is a fight I'm bound to lose. Baby, I'm a victim of the Magnum Opus Blues. I played every barroom like a grand old Opry show. Hell, I'd give you my left ear just to feel like Vince Van Gogh. Every dream's a nightmare, 'cause I think I found my muse. Ah, baby, I'm a victim of the Magnum Opus Blues. I crumble up blank paper and just throw it on the floor. I'm cutting out the middleman, 'cause I don't write good no more. I just spent my last dollar to overpay my dues. Ah, baby, I'm a victim of the Magnum Opus Blues. And someday you might see me on the marquee of a venue that I don't deserve to play, like this one. But I'll be up there counting bodies in the cheap seats as I put my favorite failures on display. And when I'm dead and buried, my epitaph will read, here lies another so-and-so who tried to paint a masterpiece. He leaves behind a trail of songs like musical horseshoes. He died alone, the victim of the Magnum Opus Blues. But that's a sad way to end a song. So we don't end it there. We put in a happy verse. goes like this. If I take just one step back, I can clearly see the piece de resistance is standing right in front of me. Every ounce of ugly effort brings an image into view that lets me say so long to these Magnum Opus blues. That lets me say so long to these Magnum Opus blues. Thank you guys so very much. I think I got time for 3 more, 2 more. Who knows? Who knows? I'll play till they make me leave. And this next song is maybe 3. Oh, who knows? So I didn't sit down and go, I'm gonna write a song about a town in West Virginia that I've never been to, and I'm gonna talk about climate change and workers' rights. And I wrote down and said, I sat down and I said, I want to write a song about a train. And then I started writing a song about a train, and then the rest of this came out. I used to go down and put a penny on those tracks, run up to the general store, come back and find it flat. Now I just find ways to fade it all to black, 'cause the next train out of Danville ain't ever coming back. First they took our money, and then they sold our soul, 'cause the only thing we ever learned was how to dig for coal. Grandpa's in the ground here, where I dreamed of growing old. Now there ain't no place in Danville that makes it feel like home. There used to be something to live for, a paycheck at the end of the week. The American dream was never more than a house down by Hewitt's Creek. There used to be ballrooms and ball games, and nights on the Summersville shore, a bar where everyone knew my name. But Danville ain't the same anymore. No, Danville ain't the same anymore. Now Mama, she got cancer, she's losing all her hair, and Daddy doesn't talk, it's like he isn't even there. I tried to look for work, but I'd rather kick the chair, 'cause those bastards at the coal mine had me breathing poison air. There used to be something to live for, a union full of hard-working men. Now they don't need us anymore, and it's likely that they never will again. There used to be long lines of coal trains, shipping out to power our war. A lover who'd softly say my name, but Danville ain't the same anymore. No, Danville ain't the same anymore. There used to be something we could leave behind, but we've only left our children to live on borrowed time. Stole for generations, but never charged for crimes. Oh, everywhere is Danville when the waters start to rise. There used to be something to live for, like breathing in that cool mountain air. A forest full of dogwoods and sycamores, but we burned it all before you got there. There used to be hope for a future, but we ran all them rivers dry. Now no one even knows for sure if we got what it takes to survive. If we got what it takes to survive. If we got what it takes to survive. Thank you. So, I wrote this next song. Once again, driving through Kansas, at a time I was very sad and very hungover, and I needed to do some thinking, and I pulled off to the side of the road at this mystery like building in the middle of eastern Kansas called the Shrine to St. Joseph the Woodworker, and I'm not a religious man, but I felt like I needed a place to reflect, and that's where I found, and I told myself, well, you can either give up completely, or you could pour yourself into something, and I was like, well, what would that something be? And I was like, well, music. It was going to be music, and so this song is called Ad Astra. It's based off of the state motto of Kansas, Ad Astra per aspera, through hardships to the stars. I'm leaving tomorrow for a date with the stars and the world's fastest hot air balloon. Keep the George Strait cassette tape I left in your car, 'cause I won't be back anytime soon. And buy cheap libations from the Texaco station off of southbound I-35, and come bid adieu to the man you once knew as I set off on the ride of my life. Per aspera, ad astra, I'm a propane-propelled pioneer. Per aspera, ad astra, our problems look small from up here. My vessel will fly through these October skies, give me an aerial view from the Sea of Japan to the Grand Coulee Dam. Sayonara, my terrestrial blues. I'll no longer lament when I'm late on my rent, where the bank puts a lien on my smile. I'll be up in the clouds where my faith is avowed, for miles on ethereal miles. Per aspera, ad astra, I'm a propane-propelled pioneer. Per aspera, ad astra, our problems look small from up here. So I'm thankful for my worst mistakes. They're the ones that brought me here. And every time my heart did break, my journey got a little more clear. Per aspera, ad astra, I'm a propane-propelled pioneer. Per aspirin at Astrid, our problems look small from up here. And one day the wind will blow me back again, and I'll slowly float down from the moon. And I'll see you with bells and a story to tell from the world's fastest hot air balloon. All right, I'm in the set with a little ditty I wrote at my government job, so this song was technically funded by the United States government. This is where your tax dollars go. The last place I played this, last festival I played this at, there were 3 complaints. And if you have any complaints, please come to me and don't bother the nice people who work at Kerrville. Anyway, I hope you guys are cool. In a Bethlehem barn on a Saturday night, a few godly fellows lit up a pipe. Smoke danced round the world like an unholy ghost. Every reefer-smoking preacher was anointed and dosed. On the night even Jesus got stoned, you could see smoke from Bethel to Rome. The disciples started thinking, this is better than drinking. On the night even Jesus got stoned. The herb passed around from Peter to Paul, inviting each apostle to hear heaven's call. All of God's children puffed and prayed, but when the pipe got to Judas, he turned it away. On the night even Jesus got stoned, you could see smoke from Bethel to Rome. The disciples started thinking, this is better than drinking. On the night even Jesus got stoned. It came time to break bread and drink up the wine, but the air just got thicker with the vapor of Christ. Soon Muhammad and Buddha were praising it too. Peace be Saint Sativa, and also with you and your spirit. On the night even Jesus got stoned, you could see smoke from Bethel to Rome. The disciples started thinking, this is better than drinking. On the night even Jesus got stoned. Good shit. On the night even Jesus got stoned, his mouth got as dry as a bone. Well, it's cash, grass, or ass at this holy mass. On the night even Jesus got stoned. On the night even Jesus got stoned. On the night even Jesus Jesus got stoned. Can I get an amen? Amen. Thank you very much, Kerrville. It's been a pleasure.
Jack Summers, everybody from Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah. All right, then. We've got Katie Folk coming up. Yep. And then after that, we're going to take a little break. Katie comes from Nashville. This is her first time at Kerrville and her first time at New Folk. And when I went over to chat her up yesterday, I think she got a little scared because, you know, she told me some cool stuff when I first interviewed her that turned out to be true. I didn't have to make it up, that she toured with a Bollywood band and all that stuff. And she's just kind of shown up on the airplane. But now I've seen her out there every night at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, dancing over at Camp Honey in the rain.
Needs to get a little louder.
She's fallen right into the groove. She told me yesterday when I talked to her, and it was really sweet what she said about how when she first got here, the kind of welcome home thing didn't really make sense to her. But now she gets it, even though she totally gets it. And what she said was so cool that I wrote it down. She said, the umbrella of the folk world is so generous. I loved that. I really do. And I feel that. I mean, I came here in 1986 and I didn't know a single person, so... And now I've been accused of dropping names a lot. You look really ready. Are you ready? Katie Folk, everyone.
Is that my new name, Katie Folk? Heaven's a far cry from anything I've known. There ain't no streets of gold beneath my feet. You know my will can get so weak, and I wonder if that's why I cannot stand alone. Before I get the feeling my desire is something I just can't control. Ooh, 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 ooh. You give me the best kind of love. You give me the best kind of love. Ooh, 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 ooh. You give me the best kind of love. You give me the best kind of love, yeah. I heard about arrows that go right to the heart. The tragedy of longing for somebody that isn't written in the stars. And I wanna lay down, I wanna feel how easy it can be not being perfect when you got something real. Ooh, 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 ooh. You give me the best kind of love. You give me the best kind of love. Ooh, 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 ooh. You give me the best kind of love. You give me the best kind of love. You can call it falling, what I feel with you. There's a higher calling, do you feel it too? Ooh, I do. The best kind of love. You give me the best kind of love. Ooh, 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 ooh. You give me the best kind of love. You give me the best kind of love. Ooh, 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 ooh. You give me the best kind of love. You give me the best kind of love. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, you give me the best kind of love. Best kind of love, yeah, you give me the best kind of love, best kind of love. All right. So, yeah, I guess I applied to this earlier this year, kind of on the recommendation of a friend. I spent the last year and a half making a record, and I had these new songs and these new recordings that I was proud of, and so I went ahead and submitted and kind of forgot about it, and just kind of can't believe the series of events that landed me here in this moment right now, and I'm just really happy to be here, and it's been such a wild week. I think, yeah, it's hard to kind of describe what it is until you're here and you kind of see what it's all about and just the rich history. More on that later, but yeah, I did make a record. I've got a record that just came out about a month ago, and that was on it, and this next one is on it. This is sort of a song that was born from just kind of dealing with anxiety and kind of being someone who fluctuates between feeling really great and kind of feeling really low, and this is sort of just my take on this too shall pass, that pretty much any feeling is fleeting, and so you know, it's all good. It'll subside. That's the name of the song. Looking out the vast and vacant night, I see right through the veil now, hiding in plain sight the warmth of truth. So tell me how to reconcile the things I thought I knew. I thought I knew. Don't run, don't hide. Every broken heartbeat will take in stride, as long as we keep rolling with the ever-changing tide. And in a little while, it'll subside. Drifting up, untethered like a lonely child's balloon, never enough. The feeling of the void can't come too soon, can't come too soon. Don't run, don't hide. Every broken heartbeat will take and stride, as long as we keep rolling with the ever-changing tide. And in a little while, it'll subside, suspended in time. Can't find the light to turn it on. This party's the hardest, it's always the darkest, right before the dawn. Don't run and don't hide. Every broken heartbeat will take and stride, as long as we keep rolling with the ever-changing tide. When you find your peace of mind, and in a little subside. Thank you. Whew. Man, the 24 finalists that were all part of New Fork, I just want to give a big shout out to them because it's been such a pleasure just being surrounded by other writers. And I think the biggest thing that I have taken away from this is just that this genre and this medium is so important, and it's just been so beautiful to kind of see the way that songs come through people and through their hearts and their souls, and it just seems like a really necessary thing right now, and I guess it always has been, but I'm just blown away by this this community that really values that. I think a lot of us, I've been joking that, like, I think a lot of us, we spend our lives feeling a little bit like outsiders, and just, I think I've been saying, like, oh, I'm a folk singer, like I'm recognizing that that's actually what I am. I've been wayward and traveling the world and feeling, uncertain about so many things, and the music is what kind of makes it all make sense. And so, yeah, I'm just here with you all. This is the song I entered. All the pieces of myself that I've withheld inside some secret sky. All the feelings I forgot I felt are melting in the morning light. And I know better than to dwell upon a history I can't rewrite. Time is a cruel, cruel thing until you see it all in hindsight. So would you do it over again? And no second chances, but you can't pretend you wouldn't do it different if you could do it over again. You said it would take losing me for you to be the one I choose. A hopeless morning though, when you don't know the worth of what you stand to lose. And I could feel my heart descending into fires of the deepest blue. I was burning at the stake, and that was never good enough for you. So would you do it over again? And no second chances for a happy end. Nothing left to make except amends, 'cause love's another story, and you can't pretend you wouldn't do it different if you could do it over again. Would you do it over again and lose ourselves along the path of good intentions? Nothing left to make except amends, 'cause love's another story and you can't pretend you wouldn't do it different if you could do it over. I wouldn't do it different if I could do it over again. Thank you. Yeah, so those last 3 songs you can find on my new record. I think I've got about 10 copies up at merch. It's the thing the recorded music that I'm most proud of. All right, getting back into standard here. You know, the one thing about being here and, you know, competition aside, the song circles at night are so amazing and so magical. And I found myself, here's the thing about this, winning this, it feels very affirming for sure, but it's also like very confronting. It's like, oh man, songs like, I gotta keep writing. Like, hearing everybody's music, it's like such a kick in the pants, and it's so inspiring, because when you're in these circles and you're not in this sort of audience stage space, you're in a circle and everyone's there and it's equal and each person gets their kind of moment to share their song, and you come to realize as you're, you know, gathering around these circles that you really need a song for every occasion and every topic and every idea that you could come up with. And so you know, I've got some, but more than anything, I'm just really thrilled to take this experience with me and keep diving deeper and deeper into my craft and into, you know, just what it means to live the life of a songwriter and to alchemize our lives and our experiences into this art form to share with others. So that said, I've had to kind of dust up a lot of old material as I was sitting out there going, oh man, like I haven't played that in forever and I'm certainly not ready to do it now. So, you know, I had one night where I was just in my tent, you know, frantically remembering all the songs I'd ever written so I could, you know, get out there with them. This is one that I recalled. It's as Bernice mentioned, I did spend a little bit of time in India. It was the kind of the first gig that I got out of college. I'd gone to an open mic in LA and singing my songs, and someone came up to me after and said, hey, I'm putting together this girl group and we're gonna go tour in India and sing in weddings. India has like wedding season because the rest of the time it's monsoon season. So basically from October to March, Diwali, which is the festival of lights, to Holi, the festival of colors, everybody gets married, and Indian weddings are just insane. And so I rehearsed with these other 4 women that I'd never met before for about a month, and we learned, you know, a bunch of pop songs. We learned a few Bollywood songs as well. I, you know, think like Teenage Dream and Bon Jovi, stuff like that. And before we knew it, we were on a plane and living in Mumbai, playing these insane shows. It was weird. I think we made like $500 a show. It was a really decent paying gig at the time for me. While I was there, I ended up meeting a bunch of Spanish expatriates who were working for the consulate. So I sort of befriended a bunch of Spaniards while living in in India. So I sort of had, I don't know if everybody's read that book, Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. I sort of had an experience like that, where it was like, you know, I was in this beautiful spiritual country, and I met a Spanish man named Jaime, and we basically spent, you know, the entire time I was there. We had a 3-month contract, but I had a 6-month visa, so I ended up staying. And once my visa expired, I had to go home, and we had all these elaborate plans to meet up in Spain when his year was done there. And it wasn't long before our Skype conversations, which were 12 hours apart, by the way, started to feel sort of strained, and, you know, little 23-year-old me being rather naive, thinking that it would it would last. But Yeah, so we ended up with another, ended up kind of dating another woman in our expat, friend group, a French girl named Victoire. And anyway, this is my revenge song about him. You believe in feelings, he believes in the rising sun. He says he'd follow me, you wouldn't follow anyone. Each time you tell me I just want you to be happy, I get angry, yeah. She's packing her bags already, guess I missed my opportunity. Gypsy man, I know you loved me for a minute, but that dirty backpack ain't got nothing for me in it. So carry on your merry way, I'm so glad I didn't stay. Carry on and conquer another one. Oh, get on board that big jet plane. Baby, you could be the king of Spain. Whoa, oh, victory is calling out your name. You believe in traveling, he believes in knowing his own land. You speak a language that I know I'll never fully understand. Each of your lovers, they do anything to please you, just to see you again. Time and time you charm them, then you harm them, 'cause you can't tell them where you've been. Gypsy man, I know you love me for a minute, but that dirty backpack ain't got nothing for me in it. So carry on your merry way, I'm so glad I didn't stay. Carry on and conquer another one. Whoa, get on board that big jet plane. Baby, you could be the king of Spain. Whoa, oh, victory is calling out your name. I didn't come back, but she came back, she came back. I didn't come back, but she came back, she came back. I didn't come back, but she came back, she came back. I didn't come back, but she came back. Oh, gypsy man, I know you loved me for a minute, but that dirty backpack ain't got nothing for me in it. So carry on your merry way, I'm so glad I didn't stay. Carry on and conquer another one. Oh, get on board that big jet plane. Baby, you could be the king of Spain. Oh, oh, victory is calling out your name. Oh, victory is calling out your name. Oh, victory is calling out your name. Took me a minute, but I'm here. I've got one more song. In fact, when I was talking earlier about, it's songs for every occasion, we had a lot of rain this time, which I've heard is not all that common. And this one kind of came up. Oh, well, not it's common, it happens, but that it hadn't happened last year. It was like very dry or something. This is what I've heard. I know rain comes in, clearly the rain exists here. Yeah, last night, that was so crazy. but it was beautiful. Anyway, I have a rain song. My point is, it came up in a session. You know, we were sitting there trying to shelter, and anyone goes, "Does anyone have a rain song?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I do have a rain song." And just a brief little story about this. I went through kind of a really long period of time where I was just really uncertain about my path and really unsure about what I was doing. And it involved, you know, a lot of transitions in life, losing my dad and having my son. And, you know, just the last 8 years have been a little bit of a whirlwind. And so this is like such a sweet, it's just a sweet win for me, like aside from the competition, just being here and being in this environment and feeling a lot of affirmation about what I'm doing and just to continue on that path. And this song, I guess in order to make my point, I sort of have to give away the main lyric. Basically, there's a line that says, "All of my dreams have scattered like seeds, and now I'm just waiting for rain." And Kerrville really feels like the rain that I sort of needed. I also am going to invite Alexi on here with me to join me for this last song, the resident accompanist in our camp. And just a huge thank you to all of you and to Lindsay and everyone that runs New Folk. They really do take the best care of us. It's kind of astonishing. Inside a dreaming, finally I can be who I want to be, and not just what my mind tells me. Instead of capturing the moment, I'm setting the moment free. And the poetry of diamonds, it speaks to me, 'cause I've been feeling like a lump of coal or a creepy crawling thing in my cocoon of knowing I know just what I'll be. I'm calling me out, I'm turning around, because I'm wise enough now to know my way. And all of my dreams, they've scattered like seeds, and now I'm just waiting for rain. When I find myself in my childish ways, I'm like a stubborn fire that stays alive, begging you to play. It's a clumsy climb to my higher place, but it all looks new with a bird's eye view. That's my saving grace. I'm calling me out, I'm turning around, because I'm wise enough now to know my way. And all of my dreams, they scattered like seeds, and now I'm just waiting for rain. I'm turning around, because I'm wise enough now to know my way. And all of my dreams, they've scattered like seeds, and now I'm just waiting for rain. For the rain. Thank you.
Katie Folk, everyone. Katie Folk from Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to take a break. I guess you knew that. But just one little thing. Stop in your tracks for just 1 second. Walter has finished his masterpiece. You can go visit it. When I come to the ranch and there's no one here during the off season, you can't go visit it? Well, someone told me it was. All I'm going to say is that when I come here and there's no one here, and I walk around and I see all the ghosts and hear all the guitars on the wind, and I get to see this kind of in pieces and in full sometimes, and how the weather's changed it. It's a great reminder of our family and our events. So if it's not finished, well, they lied to me, but you can still probably go have a peek. welcome back to the tail end of this year's New Folk Winners Contest. Come on back. Come on, take your seat. We've got 3 more amazing performers for you out of the 24, which were all amazing. I want to remind you that Walter McDonald is finishing up his beautiful sculpture over there, and if you don't have a chance to take a look at it now, it'll just be there for all of us to visit, and isn't that cool? All right, we need to do the big shout. Y'all ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Woo! Where is that Byron guy that I'm introducing? Byron, are you out there? One more? Woo! I don't know. Oh, Lindsay and Liz told me to let you know that there'll be a reception at New Folk Camp after this. So if you've got any party animal left in you, head on over there. It's right across from the showers. You can't miss it. And I just want, while he's setting up, because Byron, he didn't give me a lot to say about himself. He's a pretty understated dude. But yesterday, one of the other things that was cool about going over to New Folk Camp was they told me that, because they're all a little younger than some of us, that they felt that maybe there was a lot of lore here, that we have a lot of lore at Kerrville, Lore, and they had a little "No More Lore" slogan going. So I thought I'd quiz them about that, and this is what they came up with. I said, well, what should we do? I mean, we've been here coming for 51 years, right? And they said, well, in the future, they need a calendar, a glossary, and a handbook. And they told me I should write it. And I thought, right. Calendar of events like Fajita Thursday, right? Corn Dog Friday,
yes.
New Folk.
Up. Keep going, keep
right?
going, keep going.
Glossary,
keep going,
like
keep going.
Kervirgin.
That's about right.
Kertree Store.
Thank you.
And a handbook, which I'd be a little bit afraid to start riffing on, Anyway, I'm thrilled to introduce Byron James, who's from Lawrence, Kansas. Yeah, and here's the thing about Byron. He went last Sunday, and he was just as calm as a cucumber. Like, to go last after that contest and be that grounded and then win, I aspire to that. That's amazing. And so I think I don't need to say anything else other than pick up my mess here. Byron James.
Thank you. It's so good to be back. I'd like to do a song that was written years ago when I was deeply in love, and that's what this song shows. Anybody that's been in love, you'll recognize the energy that comes off this song. All day, feeling loose and giddy over you, like a paisley flame, I dance and sway to the sun. My kite flies higher than a miracle. As you shine full, I'm more flambe. All day, walking with my feet up off the ground. I chew within the lion's crown. Love true from you shines through. Everything rhymes, clicking in time to the music of a multicolored wine. Sipping it slow like a feeling that grows, timeless, simply elevating. All day, walking with my feet up off the ground. Like a paisley flame, I dance and sway to the sun. kite flies higher than a miracle. As you shine full on more flambe. All day, walking with my feet up off the ground. A jewel within the lion's crown. Love true from you shines through. Say there. I think there's a lot of humidity in this air. Didn't the rain come through last night? There, that's better. Here's a song from years ago. The tree leaves dance and the color play. The year is almost gone. The prettiest vase of flowers sets, lights the day along. The best damn thing that ever came true, like a mayflower on my hand, was the day I touched that lock of hair from behind the sunlight ran. I guess I tried to hold the froth of an ocean wave, let it drain into my memory. All things flow from the mountains, all things flow to the sea. There was a girl with auburn hair, and she ruled the moon with flame. She gave to me her secret prayer, blessed it with her name. She drew me up to a darkened sky and held me in her eyes, and touched me with her innocence and made the angels cry. I guess I tried to hold the froth of an ocean wave, let it drain into my memory. All things flow from the mountains, all things flow to the sea. When I cry into the night, somewhere deep inside the fright, the worries all come true. But when I throw away my fear, I can see sanity is hard to find. It's a pain to keep our faith. It's impossible to break our love with sanctity and grace. Many a farewell tear is gone, many a bowed down head. Listen to the high road call, shelter there instead. I guess I tried to hold the froth of an ocean wave and let it drain into my memory. All things flow from the mountains, all things flow to the sea. All things flow from the mountains, all things flow to the sea. Thank you. Thank you very much. You guys are beautiful, you know that? They laugh. You know, you gotta have a sense of humor, because in life, we all have those periods where we just feel like crap. You know, and you don't want to see anybody, you don't want to talk to anybody, you're just on edge, you just need to get away, you need to heal yourself. And this is a song about that. It's about feeling bad and nasty. It's a song called Rotten. When I feel rotten, poured out flat and rolled too thin, don't get in my way, 'cause I got an attitude. When I feel rotten, stuck up tight, I can't light the fuse. Get out of my day, 'cause I'm in a lousy mood. I don't want no sun shining down, no birds flying, no parade, long lines, lost keys, no breeze, sticky people trying to pull me down. I don't want no sympathy factory, no tears on the floor. I don't want no kleptoid zaniac hanging around my door. Step off of my stage, get out of my way. Bleh. Oh. I don't want no scallywagging fat cat smelling like a pig shack, tripping all the dreams flat, sucking on a good time, blowing like a typhoon rain. About time I tidy up the dead snakes and lock them off of my face, throw them to the rat race, yank them from the roots of a long lost deadly dream about creepy things of low degree. When I feel really crappy, stuck up tight, I can't light the fuse. Don't get in my way. Yeah. Thank you. I have never had any children of my own, but I have had stepdaughters. And I didn't know that I could love somebody that much, not being my own blood. But the oldest one, Bonnie, passed away when she was 26. So this is a song for her. See if I can pull this off. Born in an old house, just between the water and the air, a warbled cry moans to the pain of labor love. A girl with a mantra, and she opened onyx eyes. Sleeps like a river, wakes up with a reason to repair a broken world. Sings at the tune of radio, knocks on a window in the early morning moon. A pregnant smile can mystify, like the gentle flash of a firefly, and the sacred flow of a secret inward swath of time embroidered by a mastermind. Oh. cracks and glaze of a weathered heart reflects the rays of a higher art, and the sacred flow of a secret inward swath of time embroidered by a mastermind. Oh. Holds to a vision, emphatically denying that the sky would stop the flight. Dance with an ancient undertow, a rose in a kitchen with a golden fragrant bloom. A pregnant smile can mystify, like the gentle flash of a firefly, and the sacred flow of a secret inward swath of time embroidered by a mastermind. Ask the Bonnie. We wouldn't be here without water, would we? I'm going to see if I can get away with this song, too. I've always liked the word quibble. So here's a song with that word in it. Where it led me, you'll see. Nothing's gonna quibble with you tonight. Your mind is clear and your head's on right. Manifestations of mercy, polishing your heart, abolishing your pain. Nothing's gonna quibble with you tonight. You wrap the truth in firelight. Peace courses deep in the shadow, bending the past, awakening our brain. Now you wanna grow, you gotta push it. You wanna know, you can't rush it. What's in your mind's eye, you gotta bring it. You wanna soul fly, then wing it. Open up into the stillness of our soul. Open up into the Nothing's gonna quibble with you tonight. Your primal cry reignites. Core passions flow through your spine stream, Kerrvilling into energizing flame. Now teleport into the visceral. Check your dashboard, heart thermometer. Trust your sundial, the yin and yangy thingy, foundation of the natural. Open up into the stillness of our soul. Open up into the still. Oh my. Thank you very much. I've talked to a lot of people while I was here, and I say, are you doing the songs you did last week? And some said no. Some said, well, yeah. Some said, well, you could, you should. And some say, no, you shouldn't. But the people who said that you should grossly outweighed the ones who said I shouldn't. So maybe I'll finish off with those 2 songs. Okay. To my rodeo clown cousins, they say he comes from somewhere down in Texas, where the Rio Grande's rolling every day. He works with broncos and cowboys for a living, and laughs at all the blows that come his way. He's got one eye on the ladies while he's bouncing around with a bramer named Shady. Every bone in his body's been broken, but he wakes up in the morning for the rodeo. Antonio, highway blues for the rodeo clown. He's got a friend up north in the Tennessee mountains. He's 42, but he's never been counting. And when that Sunday comes, he takes the blue-eyed women for some fishing and a swimming, making time with the rodeo clown. You're the lady-o, listen to the fella on the radio, talking about the people from the rodeo. Everybody knows it's 8 o'clock sharp on a Saturday night. Maybe he shouldn't go down there tonight. The doctor said you better stop fooling around. You find yourself hanging out under the ground. Strolling along from the parking lot trailer, face paint smiling like a shore leaf sailor. The steel guitar in the band on the grandstand, floating like a feather, holding everything together. One more time for the rodeo clown. You're the lady-o, listen to the fella on the radio, talking about the people from the rodeo. Everybody knows it's 8 o'clock sharp on Saturday night. You're the lady-o, listen to the fella on the radio, talking about the people from the rodeo. Everybody knows it's 8 o'clock sharp on Saturday night. Thank you. Ah, there's the culprit. All right, well, anybody here been abducted by aliens? You have? Really? Flynn, oh, wait a minute. This goes out to Ruth Ann. Flint Hills shine from a gibbous moon, a Kansas ride on a night in June, cruising along with the windows down, 50 miles from any town. Well, in the north, a silver light, a spinning disc in a flash of flight. Through a phantom fog, there's a spooky glow like a tiki torch flicker on a patio. It was a bloated craft, kind of bluish gray, a circle burned in the prairie hay, and my hairline stood on a prickly neck as I felt the rays of the highest tech. So I said, what is this? This my fate? To be abducted near the interstate. Well, it hovered close and I gave a shout, and my Buick died and my lights went out. Aliens, 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 what you nabbing me for? Fast as a meteor, I asked that giddy, shook, shuddering pile of ooze, what's in store? They carved runes on my cortex, a blue light in a vortex, and all they said was, well, the ship shoved off with an awful speed, pushing time like a lightning steed. Formations of the stars receded to a pattern no one's ever seen. Well, they smothered me with slime like slugs, injected me with trippy drugs. They probed and prodded, sucked my soul as they set their skyboat on cruise control. Well, my head exploded in a fiery dream, and my heart beat wild like a wolverine. And they stared at me with their gooey faces and shook their heads, took their places. Well, they surrounded me, that alien crew, as I felt the sting from a fresh tattoo. They did a U-turn in the Milky Way, headed back to Earth, and I'm here to say, aliens, 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 what you nabbing me for? Fast as a meteor, I asked that giddy, shook, shuddering pile of ooze, what's in store? They carved runes on my cortex, a blue light in a vortex, and all they said was, I could not shut them up. Well, they rooted and hooted and tooted with glee as they branded me poor quality. They said that I don't qualify and that I got the brains of a tsetse fly. They said I'm too old-fashioned, an analog, and what they meant to get was a shepherd dog. And they said that dogs were more evolved, so why aren't all your problems solved? Well, then those aliens hit delete and dropped me back in my driver's seat, and those creeps flew off without a word, just left me to shiver like a naked bird. And with a fresh tattoo that stings like hell, a gooey mess and a rancid smell, and now I'm bummed as I reflect. Am I the only space reject? Aliens, aliens, aliens. Thank you very much. It's good. Oh, man.
Yeah, Byron James, everybody, from Manhattan, Kansas, and God
Lawrence.
knows where else.
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Oh, I blew that one. Who knows? I was right the last time and didn't know it. So maybe he really is from Manhattan and he doesn't know it. Anyway, how's everybody doing? We got two more people. We got my friend Barbara Jarrell coming up next. She's going to plug in. You know, I look out across this audience and I just see so many amazing songwriters, and it always makes me think of that line from that Paul Simon song about how I would not be convicted by a jury of my peers. You know, when we come here with our new songs every year, and Barbara's been coming here for as far back as I can remember, because I don't remember much anyway. I've gotten to that point in life. She's from Shreveport, Louisiana. She is a reverend. She's the Reverend Barbara Jarrell. And she's just I don't know, if you run into her in the campground and you've got a problem, she listens with her eyes. Mm-hmm. Beautiful blue eyes. And She's just been a quiet, amazing presence, and so it's a really awesome honor to introduce her for New Folk, because I've known her such a long time. So many of us writers have. She's sat in circles with us out in the back meadow and just come here and been quiet, and wonderful listener, wonderful community member. How are we doing? What do you think?
I think we're getting close. Ooh.
Okay. Well, let's see. What does it say here? It says you're a Gemini.
I'm a Gemini Cancer. I
Yeah.
am more Cancer than Gemini.
Okay.
You know, Cancer is moon children, and so that means there's 4 of me. But
Right. Okay, and I would like now to introduce the 4 component, the 4
that's
person.
still
She's
too
not quite
boomy,
there
but
yet. I can't even do it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll just keep saying stupid stuff about things that I don't know anything about.
Yes.
The Gemini / Cancer 4 person to person Barbara Jarrell.
Thank you. Thank you. Not particularly full. Not particularly bright. Not particularly low or high tonight. It just particularly puts me in mind of you. And I have to say, that's not particularly new. You're not particularly shy, not particularly coy, not particularly easy to read, but I enjoy that we don't particularly share a point of view. You make me crazy, that's not particularly new. It's chemical treason, defying all reason, that's kept it going all this while. In spite of the distance, I have no resistance. I'm helpless when you smile. That's not particularly cool, not particularly smart. These aren't particularly words that would pass for art. And though I don't know exactly what I should do, I'm sentimental about it. That's not particularly new. It's hard to explain, and that's particularly you. Thank you. You'll notice that even though it's very clear that it's a part of the song, the moon is not mentioned anywhere in there. That's not true of the next song. You know, I mentioned I'm moon children. I think I am particularly susceptible to the influences of that little softly shining dot in the sky. You know, and I don't think I'm alone. I mean, the tides are part of it, right? So this is actually a song I have been trying to write for 42 years. I went to song school and got a critique from Steve Seskin and Matt Nakoa. They made some suggestions, and so I am going to do my best to do the new version, maybe the last, of this song that also talks about the moon. Could you please help me find something I misplaced? Seems I saw it last on a stranger's face, like sunlight through the rain. I saw that look, a soul intact. I knew it well and I wanted it back. Chasing after rainbows, I strung luck along. Mostly got more than I gave. Is that so wrong? I know that I've been fortunate, but where in the world is that part of me that had all the answers and felt so free? The moon, I'll hitchhike to the moon. Talk with my reflective friend, open up my heart again. In the distance, time all but erased, I'll find the part of me that I misplaced. I've seen the most content outside the rules. I've known followers who turn to fools, charmed like children stay in paradise. All those dreams may not be lost, but growing up comes with a cost. I used to walk with much more confidence, living a dream almost come true. Utterly out of touch with the sense of consequence, I lost more heart with every love that fell apart. The moon, I'll hitchhike to the moon. Talk with my reflective friend, open up my heart again. In the distance, time all but erased, I'll find the part of me that I misplaced. Could you help me find what I misplaced? Thank you. Thank you so very much. You know, we go along and if we're fortunate, we get to start out with a sense of safety. And as we grow up, we kind of lose part of that because we enter the rest of the world with all the opinions and all of the challenges. And, you know, some of that kind of gets lost. And then, again, if we're fortunate, and there's so many people that aren't, we get to find our way back to that, but in a brand new way. And I think it keeps unfolding. So the harder we work on it, the more of it we can have. And, you know, I wish that for everybody. But sorry. This is one I did the other day. It's not 42 years old. It's only 30-something. But it's still way out. I know that this is not the best part of a concert. All right. People with ears, you know. I didn't, so it's okay. Part of my life that's important, a part that too easily slips away, keeps me at night by a small reading light, with a ream full of things left to say. I'm sorry my folks don't understand me, and I'm sorry old friends are still slaves. I'm sorry I'm so disappointing to those who can't see how much courage this takes. And it keeps me at night by a small reading light, with a will that's compelled to go on, reaching for minds well ahead of their times, so the sadness can leave my song. Outside on the steps where I sit between pacing, my chin in my heart in my hand, a bird flying by leaves a tear in my eye, for the dream's still asleep in the sand. I have friends with power and money, and while some of our dreams sound the same, I have friends who don't have a bed or a coat, so I stand in between in the rain. Like a leaf that let go and got caught in a web, is suspended just feet from the ground. I can't stop the wind or start over again, even if half the world's looking down. What kind of world curses a girl and tells her she's less than a man? And what kind of truth turns on a youth whose life doesn't work out according to plan? Maybe I spread my umbrellas in the midst of electrical storms. I'm happier there on a wing and a prayer than seduced into sleep where it's warm. Too often good hearts become jaded, and the jade in their eyes turns to gold. To prove themselves right, they abandon the fight, right along with the visions they sold. and it keeps me at night by a small reading light or in front of the world with my prayer. That those who survive the inherited lies can help others to freedom out there. Like a leaf on the wind, all at once left suspended, alone for the turbulent ride. I can't join the rest to retire in the grass without sharing my piece of the sky. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I have discovered since the day of the competition that I was in the competition that if I try to tell y'all how much I appreciate this, I start crying. So I'm not gonna do it. Thank you. I hope you know how important and how many lives this festival is. And I hope that everybody that wants to be up here gets a chance, because it's pretty amazing. I hope I'm tuning this to the right notes. It also seems that our awareness of other people and the challenges they face keep unfolding in our development, and so I want to leave you with this song. I gotta fix it. Yeah. Snarks lie. I guess I shouldn't say that. I'll never get a sponsorship from them. Let's try it again. We're gonna see the changes we've been looking for. We're gonna find the common ground we need. We're gonna see the lights come on in dark places. And we're going to reach Martin's dream. Some of the young are born now, seeing from the mountaintop, miles above generations never quite free, living in history's pages. Timing is everything, and we're going to reach Martin's dream. It's been longer than it's gonna be. Grace falls open, love is breaking free. hatred be done. We are the ones, hard as that might be to believe. We're going to reach Martin's dream. It's been longer than it's gonna be. Grace falls open, love is breaking free. Let hate be done. We are the ones, hard as you find that to believe. We're going to reach Martin's dream. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great rest of the festival. Be sure to zip your tents up when you leave because we're supposed to get some more rain. Happy galoshes, everybody.
So Reverend Barbara Jarrell, everybody. Making me cry too. How wonderful, how wonderful. Hey, you know, earlier during today's... Okay, I'm being upstaged here, aren't I? Earlier today, when I was talking about the New Folk Camp and they wanted a calendar of events and a glossary, my good friend Mary Muse reminded me that there is a glossary available at, I believe, the Foundation booth that was written by somebody years ago. Probably needs to be updated if anybody's up for the task. And right in your program, have you read the program yet? I know I haven't. There's The Month of Kerr by Vern Crawford, in case you want to know our rituals and culture. Maybe you are a sociology student. Just open the darn thing up and look in the back. There's stuff in there I didn't even know about. All right, then, our final winner, Flamy Grant from San Diego, California. They are soon to be moving to Asheville, North Carolina and becoming full-time in the world of performing artists. She's about to quit her nonprofit day job. When I interviewed Flamy, I have to say that her life sounded incredibly normal. Yep, she had a day job and a partner and, I don't know, maybe even a dog. Did you have a dog?
What about you and me? I'm so sorry, I wasn't listening.
That's okay.
Did you ask if I have a dog?
Do you have a dog?
I have a dog.
See that? Normal.
Yeah. I've fooled her.
From the girl who wrote Normal's just a setting on the washing machine. But, you know, are you ready? What do you think? You look ready to me.
Oh, we should probably check that out. I forgot.
Okay, let's check that out. Hey, after this is over, all the new folkers need to come get a picture, so don't go away, you guys. All right? This is the last performer of today's show. I think you're ready, right? Flamy Grant, everybody.
I'm a medium, I'm a fortune teller. I know every word you're gonna say. I'm a headstrong, lifelong city dweller. I can take you where you're going by the fastest way. We're gonna be okay. I traveled time, I'm here from the future. I can show you how this all turns out. I can save you with the data in my computer. We can flourish in the flood and avoid the droughts. Yeah, we're gonna make it out. Feel it in your bones. Your head is moving slow. I'm a scientist, I got a method and a measure for observable, reliable, repeatable fact. I'm a decorated educator in the field of pleasure. I've learned a lot of lessons I can reenact. Yeah, I've been keeping track. You sense that I am true. Your heart is split in two. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm a prophetess, singing my story, a dressed up, effervescent, ethical fraud. But this world ain't ready for an allegory, no. We're still waiting on a literal God. I just smile and nod. You have intuition, and it's telling you the story isn't done. Hey, y'all. How are we? You stuck around till the end. Thanks for giving me somebody to sing to here at the end of this fabulous concert. Can you give it up for all of my fellow winners? Oh my gosh. I fell in love 23 times this week. That's what happened. That's what happened to me. Well, 22. Alexi knows what he did. But I'm just kidding. Seriously, this experience has been just foundation shaking for me. I feel honored to be on this stage. I feel like I feel honored just to be in this group of people. Truly, 24 of some of the finest songwriters I've certainly ever met in my life, and I'm inspired by them, and I get to call them friends now, which is pretty freaking cool. So, what song am I singing for? Oh, right. I wore my Texas hair for you, by the way, today. I wrote this back when I was dating. I'm not dating anymore. I have fooled Bernice into thinking I'm a normal person. I'm married, but. Back when I was dating, I just, you go for a little bit, and soon enough they find out all of your flaws, and eventually you just can't hide it all eventually, right? So I figured I would just write a song that just gets it all out there right at the beginning. They can then opt in or out from that point, because I was tired of being disappointed. Okay, so this is my welcome to me song, I guess. It's called "Take a Chance on Me." Oh, it's great when you forget the very first lyric of your song. Let me tell you honestly that I do tell lies. There's nobody I hate and just a few I despise. Well, I'm a very good listener till you realize that everything you're saying makes me roll my eyes. I got the demeanor of a goddamn saint. I'm happy to help out until I suddenly ain't. I never act ugly unless I get hungry. And let's face it, I am hungry every second of the day. I'm kinda hungry right now. You'll never find someone who's more self-aware unless you look anywhere else. No one will ever know a love as big as the love that I have for myself. I never make it easy, but I just might be what you didn't know you need. So if you feel lucky, take a chance on me. Yeah, 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 yeah. You know that I do not make promises I cannot keep, so everything's a maybe. We'll have to wait and see. If you throw a party, I might come, but I'm sorry, I will never share the status of my RSVP. I definitely might be there. Well, I'm a patient lover unless I finish first, and I expect you to finish me if the roles are reversed. I maintain the mystery of my sexual history, 'cause both of my exes might tell you I am the worst. But honestly, how much can you trust someone who walks away from all this? I could be everything you're dreaming of if all of your dreams are nightmares. Ask anyone, they'll say I'm the perfect catch if you like making lots of repairs. Feeling just a little bored, what are you waiting for? I might be the missing key. So if you feel lucky, take a chance on me. Yeah. Now I know there might be one or two things I could improve, like that funny looking mole that I should probably remove. But if you haven't heard it, baby, nobody's perfect. So besides your self-respect, what have you got to lose? Life's not a teenage TV show where all your wildest dreams are in reach. If you're having trouble finding your AC Slater, would you maybe settle for Screech? The thing is that you never know where a road might go. Could be better than where you've been. If you feel reckless, take me for a spin. Might feel disinclined, but just keep in mind there are no guarantees. If you feel lucky, take a chance on me. Yeah, yeah. Oh, baby, take a chance on me. Well, I didn't know how Kerrville might react to a drag queen on their stages, and then I met Sparkle Joe, and I realized I had been long preceded. So, thank you, Sparkle Joe, for making everything so much brighter and more beautiful with your presence. Well, you probably did not have on your bingo card today a drag queen singing songs about religious trauma, but if you do, you can check that off now because we're about to go there. I have a whole bunch of songs that I just call my sad drag songs. So it's sad drag summer, that's what this is. And this is a song called Scratches. I hope you like it. Had enough, but I was thinking of it. Had enough, but it was all I wanted. Fill me up because I need another. Fill my cup 'cause I can see the boredom. I will write it in my book of secrets. We collided, there's a million pieces. It's as delicate as dynamite. It's a hell of a firefight. If we crawl away before the fire catches, we might escape with only superficial scratches. Oh, 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 what occurred after the cannons loaded? Vision blurred after the bomb exploded. Doesn't hurt unless I try to remember. What's the word for giving up forever? If we crawl away before the fire catches, we might escape with only superficial scratches. Oh, 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 yeah. Had enough, but I was thinking of it. Had enough, but it was all I wanted. Maybe one day I can cope without it. Maybe even stop thinking about it. But I wonder if our scars are perfect matches, or if you got away with only superficial scratches. Oh, 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 oh.
Well, someone made a suggestion at some point this week. I can't quite remember who it was, but they're like, if you do, during your showcase, if you do a song by a Texas songwriter, you'll really get the audience on your side. So I logged that away and came up with a song I'd like to cover for y'all, if that's all right. Now, it's not one of the, maybe not one of the most legendary songwriters that the names I've heard tossed around here all week, but it's someone who's writing songs right now, Leon Bridges. Any fans? Yeah. Will be legendary for sure, right? And it gives us a chance to sing along, so if you know this song, by all means, join it at any time.
Been traveling this wide world for so long. My heart's been far from you, 10,000 miles gone. Oh, I wanna come near and give you every part of me, 'cause there's blood on my hands and my lips are unclean. In my darkness I remember Mama's words reoccur to me. Surrender to the good Lord and He'll wipe your slate clean. take me to your river. I wanna go. Go, take me to your river. I wanna know. Dip me in your smooth waters. I'll go in as someone with many crimes come up for air as my sins flow down the Jordan. Oh, I wanna come near and give you every part of me, but there's blood on my hands and my lips are unclean. Take me to your river. I wanna go. Go on, take me to your river. I wanna know.
This part's real easy. You can sing this with me.
Wanna go, wanna go, wanna go.
I want to know.
I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know.
Just like that.
I wanna go, wanna go, wanna go. I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. One more time. I wanna go, wanna go, wanna go. I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Take me to your river. I wanna go. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Take me to your river. I wanna know.
Happy Pride Month, by the way. All right, so I have to kind of go here because who here is aware of the drag ban that Texas just passed? Yep, we're aware. Thank you for the boos. Thank you for the hisses. That is the correct response. That law is written in such a way that is going to make what I'm doing illegal when it passes. And it will be signed by the governor. And unless the judiciary intervenes or something else changes, you're not going to be able to have me back on this stage. Like, you're not going to be able to have any drag queens back on your stages. Yeah. Yeah, so, you know what you have to do with that information, right? You have to vote. You have to vote. You have to take action. You have to talk to your friends and your neighbors, and you have to let them know that this is not indoctrination of children, okay? This is liberation for children. I wish I had had a drag queen when I was a kid growing up in the evangelical church to look up to and see what options were available to me. You know, I didn't know I had this option until I was much, much older. And if I had those things presented to me as a kid, it would have just changed my whole trajectory and taken away a lot of the pain that I had to work through to get to where I am today. So, vote. That's what that means. I'm gonna leave you with one of the songs that got me here. Real quick, thank you so much to Lindsay Lee. Where are you, Lindsay? Can we just... To Liz, who stepped in to both of you. And y'all have taken such good care of us. Everyone has said it. We come here and we get to be songwriters for a week. And it's amazing. It's an incredible experience and kind of spoiling. So I have to go back and work now, which is... What is that? I can't even remember. This is called What Did You Drag Me Into?
lost in the cover magazine. Bible Belt baby wanna be a queen. Lord mama tried to keep a little boy clean. She found him with her high heels on, a 2-foot train of green chiffon. That messy lip was overdrawn, it was shocking and obscene. But mama knows that she's been blessed, and she's always done her best to cheer her little angel on, no matter how he's dressed. Now her baby boy is grown, on stage in wigs and silicone. After the show she's crying, child, what did you drag me into? Oh, what'd you drag me into? I said, oh. Imagine this, it's Christmas Eve, time for the church nativity. Papa's in the front row trying to see, rubs his eyes cause he can't believe. Mary, Mary, Mother Mild is played by a familiar child. His son is walking down the aisle to a virgin shall conceive. But Papa takes most things in stride, and he works hard to provide. He likes tradition, and when gender roles are clear and codified, so he'll never understand why his son is not a man. All that he can say is, oh boy, what did you drag me into? Yeah, I was baptized at the age of 12. Under the water, I came under a spell. I heard the Holy Ghost in the glory. She said, girl, you better go make a hell of a scene. Yeah. Girl, you better go now. I said, oh, mama, why you melting down? Some babies show up with a crown. Ain't nothing you can say or do gon' turn that shimmer down. Ain't no need to be ashamed, but if you want someone to blame, look up to heaven, cry, Lord, what did you drag me into? Oh yeah, what did you drag me into? What did you drag me into? What did you drag me into? Oh yeah. What did you drag me into? What did you drag me into? What did you drag me into? Thank y'all very much.
Well, that's it for today, folks. Flamy Grant. That was, hey, how about that? Kerrville New Folk 2023. Yeah, we'll be back next year. For all of you wieners, stick around for a photograph. I'm Bernice Lewis. It's been my honor to host this amazing contest.